What's up, guys? It's George from Team Starlight, and we've got round one at Wildcard Cyclone. I'm on the left playing Hero Frogs, and we've got Josh on the right playing Forgs. So we've got Declan today to commentate on that. What are you seeing, Declan? What is happening right now?
I'm seeing a man load up the computer, turn on that free app of Solitaire, and just start going to town. We've got Substitute. He's shortcutting it. George is thumbsing up the shortcutting. He's got all the frogs there. Get that Unifrog out of here. We don't need that in this kind of matchup. And we are going to go full... Oh, interesting. Dupe
Yeah,
frog and flip-flop?
this was very interesting to see. So that it kind of changed up my game plan. Also, I'll say it. Declan is usually my Forgs testing partner, but since he's been on the Dark Hero Frog grind, I haven't really been playing against that matchup too much, so I have to think extra hard. If you spot out any plays I could do differently, let me know. But this is one that I decided. We did a little one-for-one alt-art showcase, and I know about the flip-flop, so I decided to just get Swap Frog out and then tribute it for Caius. Hit the Dupe Frog. And he does not bounce back the Caius. So he's got 3 cards in hand, which I feel pretty good about, right? So I think I choose to just pass it back. But
Dude, if this man has a salvage, it is Jover on the spot. Let's see. Because if he had 3 cards, that means he drew to 4. The Treeborn's his 5th. And salvage would make it 6, which
yes,
he has it. So as long
he
as
does
Josh
have
has
it.
been practicing his combo lines, 6 cards in absence of Beals is the number of cards you need to make it game with a face-up colossal target. And he didn't even need the 5th because he's got Beals anyway. So George knows
Exactly.
this deck. He scoops it up.
Yep. I scoop it up. The only thing I wanted to see, because I at that point when he salvaged, I knew he had enough, but I need to see if he's playing Beals or not. So I think it's worth just waiting for them to bring it out. But now we've got a Stratos, Swap Frog, pretty solid opening, set up the Miracle Fusions. I choose to bounce the Stratos back and set a back row. Okay, we've got Water Art. I don't know if this is correct. And here's actually... I'll just say now, this is a pretty awkward turn. I do a really big think. You've got the main threats to me are like, I don't know exactly what my hand is, but I'm like, I don't want to get my stuff banished. So I'm like looking at the Caius. I do a bit. Declan, what do you take here? Because
It's
Salvage
hard
and
because
Moray are dead.
I can't really see your hand, but my inclination is assuming you have a way to effectively deal with the Dew Frog, I was gonna say Caius or the Foolish Burial actually.
Oh, interesting.
Because it just depends. I like if you had Prodigy Caius in hand, I would definitely take something like the Foolish, because then you can just Prodigy Caius the Dew Frog, but you probably don't
Yep.
have that, so
But I'll tell you what I do have. I don't know if you saw the draw there, but I draw 1-for-1. And I think I have Malicious in hand, or I have the Stratos, or I already have the Malicious. And this is super awkward now because I know about the Dark Dust Spirit. So I'm just like, okay, well, I still want to do this to thin out the deck and set up. But had I had that 1-for-1, probably would have been better to rip the Dark Dust Spirit out of the hand. And we didn't normal summon, so we're gonna go Stratos, get another search. Like, this is all pretty good, but I know my field is gonna be gone. I decided to attack his Dupe Frog so that at least it gets popped by his Dark Dust Spirit.
okay. Yeah, see, this is the thing
Yeah.
about thinking with Foolish, where I was like, if you hit the Foolish, his hand is all dead, assuming you have a way to deal with the Dupe Frog, but you didn't even have a way to deal with the Dupe Frog, I'm guessing, based on
Yeah.
the play you just made, so it's kind of awkward. But yeah, like, honestly, Dark Dust Spirit is way more problematic than Caius in the frog
Yeah,
matchup. So if you were gonna rip a tribute monster, you probably just hit the Dark Dust Spirit.
I know. Yeah, it's like so awkward. So it's not the worst because we get the frogs, but like you said, I vividly remember like I have a very defensive hand. I literally don't have a way to run over the dupe frog, and he's able to moray, so that's finally live. And this was a problem. He's gonna draw 3. I need to find a way to deal with this Dark Dust Spirit, which is notoriously difficult in frogs. Maybe
Yeah,
if
I
I
love
see a
Josh.
trap.
I love him siding it because it is annoying, like because you can't really do anything in the face of like a Vanity Fiend, for example. Okay, we got Miracle Fusion coming out. You're probably gonna swing
We definitely
here,
just
but
drew that 100%.
yeah, but like the thing about it is, it's just like it does everything you want, where it's recursively doing like a really broken effect against frogs, and then you actually like having it leave the field, period, because then a lot of times they can't monarch you back.
Yep.
And you like that, yeah, because it bounces to your hand, like you get to just do it to get the whole thing again next turn. So you hit for a bunch of damage though, so that's like a big turn, and Ab Zero is really good into like an
Yep.
open board.
Yeah, Ab Zero was the answer because, like you said, Dark Dust Spirit goes back to hand. So if that was a Caius or something, it would just be so cursed. But we've got Fishborg set up. We've got Substitute. I don't know how many cards he has in hand, but he's got a lot. So I'm doing a think here. He tributes the Treeborn Frog, kind of telling that this is a chainable card. Probably Raigeki Break is like what you'd be thinking of, or Wing Blast, but I decided to let it go through. And this is a risk that I'm taking. I'm like, I'm just going to let him go through everything.
I wonder what you have set. Do you
Yeah,
remember? Is it a discard trap?
I do remember, and it is not a discard trap. So at this point, Josh probably thinks that it's a discard trap because of how long I took. So he's going all in, tributes or pitches the Dark Dust Spirit, and I think he's going for some type of OTK. He could have a read that maybe it's Mirror Force, and I'm just like bluffing by pretending to think for super long because Josh can read me like a book. He knows exactly what I'm thinking most of the time.
Okay, so he's gonna make a Stardust Dragon here. And he's still got, I believe, 3 cards in hand. So with that, you can also make a Brionic. You could make Goyo Guardian to just run over the Absolute Zero and then Stardust negate that. So there's like a couple ways, but at this point when the Stardust Dragon gets made, he's no longer going for game unless he's got like multiple +1s in his hand, like Salvage, Pot of Avarice.
Right. So he's making the Death Frog, does a little bit of a think. Looks like he has 2 cards left, so he's going to make. What does he make here? He's going to normal
Extra
summon
normal.
Beals. Yes. And this is my favorite part. This is that back row. He goes Mistworm, target, book the Stardust. Ab-Zero blows
Oh
up
my
everything.
God.
So I was
What
like, I
in the
could book
world?
the Substitute, but like if he does something, like I want him to just empty his hand, you know? Like that's to me how I'm gonna win the game. So I'm just like, I feel like he's just gonna expect it's a Raigeki break and like make the Stardust and stuff. So the Book of Moon, it's a new side deck option that's being tested out, but we've got Stratos again. We're hitting in for some damage. He's at 1200. And at this point, I'm feeling pretty good. I don't really know what, like, you draw multiple avarices. Oh, that's actually pretty good.
Dark
Dark
Dust
Dust Spirit's
Spirit.
pretty good.
I mean, but this is
But,
just like game with swap and yeah, malicious.
yeah,
Okay. GG's.
and it was at the bottom. So we've got game 3 coming up. We're able to bring it back with a lone Book of Moon. Really get into
I
the
think
fourth
that was the
matchup, but
most I think that was the most nasty Book of Moon I've ever seen in my life.
I know. It was like blip down the Stardust. But we've got Moray coming in. We've got the Substitute. Set up Treeborn Frog. And I'm wondering, is this the turn? I think he's just going to extra normal dupe frog, set a back row. Maybe. So what do I do here? I have Rhoda. And I think Stratus is probably always going to be the answer. So we're going to add the malicious. It looks like I have a discard trap. And I'll be able to run over this dupe frog. Or maybe not. D-prison. It's actually pretty awkward because now this dupe frog is going to become a card that I have to run over. So we set what I'm assuming is a discard trap. And we've got the substitute again. Oh, we have to do the whole thing. The whole thing over again. I think I just decided Raigeki break it. No, because it's not Book of Moon, right? So I figured I can at least skip a turn by doing that. But maybe this is where I'm saying I'm like not super, it's been a while since I played Forgs. Like maybe you just let them substitute a little bit until they do something else to interrupt. But
No, I think it's good because now his Avarice can't be live.
right.
Any other deck, it's like you want to. In my head, I would want to let them like what's the word? Wait till swap is summoned. And by the way, you're doing broken substitute things of your own. But while you're doing that, I'll keep talking. Yep. Which is that like you want to wait for them to go swap frog effect, and then chain to that.
Yeah.
But if he has Avarice in hand and he's suspecting a discard trap, he's just gonna prio send a bunch of frogs. At which point you've lost the opportunity. So I actually don't hate just doing it on the first thing right there.
Yeah, and I think I was thinking the same thing. And at this point now, we're able to go substitute, then out the deck. And I believe I make dupe frog. You never want to leave the substitute up. And then I have the second dupe in hand. Little scary. It's always a little scary leaving the dupe in attack against this deck, but looks like I have some kind of interruption. And we've got the salvage. Both substitutes back.
Dude, Forks is the only deck where it's just scary to leave a frog on the field.
Yeah.
They can switch that frog to attack mode with like Black Rose or something and then just kill you. I remember I did that once at Denver and I was like, oh, yeah. It finally came up. It's glorious.
Yeah. And let's see what do we have now? So I'm choosing not to do the interruption on the substitute. I think maybe the logic in my head was like, why wait? Why wait for that? I have to assume he doesn't have Avarice. So I think that's why I'm like, okay, now he's going to swap send and I can pop the substitute. Assuming he didn't just draw Avarice, right? But he's got the Moray, so now he might just draw one. And I just saw that. I just saw that purple card or purple jar. Is Pot of Avarice purple? I don't know.
It's like a bluish purple, I feel like.
Right.
Yeah, or like bluish whitish purple.
Out. It's gonna send the substitute. And he actually chooses not to use it. Interesting. He definitely has 5. So I'm wondering what the reason is.
Maybe he has 6 cards in hand. If you have 6 cards in hand, it can be awkward to give yourself a +1. You might not draw something you want to actually put on the field.
Yep. And he's bringing back the Treeborn. This is scary. We've got Breaker coming in. Was not expecting to see this sided in against me, but he's going to break.
Choice.
It is a choice. I'm going to chain link 2, hit the dupe frog so it at least misses timing, but I actually think that that's really good for Josh. He gets to bounce the breaker back, and that Raigeki break is like the difference between me stopping a substitute play. So even though I can make the dupe miss timing, I felt really bad doing that. Might be the move, honestly, but we're pretty low on cards. This is a horrific game state if you're a Hero Frog player and you're looking at Forgs with 6 cards in hand. So I think I just decide to hit the swap frog. It doesn't seem like there's too much I can do. So we're bouncing the swap, passing it back. Yeah, horrifying.
Damn. It feels like it's only a matter of time when they have this many cards. It is a post side. Okay, chain dust shoot. So holding the dust shoot, I like this because all the subs were in his graveyard. So it doesn't make
Yep.
sense to do that, but the breaker forces it out and he has salvage in hands.
Yep.
So it's just
So yeah, it's just so bad. I see exactly what's happening. Like that breaker was such a weird choice, but it forced out the chainables. So maybe it makes sense. But yeah, I mean, I know his hand at this point, so I'm just like, I don't know. This is what do I have? I have face down. I know his hand, but I'm leaving potential colossal armory arm open. So what is this back row? It's been a while since this game, so I'm like, that seems
could it
so
be
risky.
another Book of Moon?
Maybe. We've got
But yeah, at this point I think if you're Josh, you just gotta like full send. Maybe not full send because all the Raigeki breaks are gone. So you just know you have to play around like Mirror Force Torrential and apparently Book of Moon if you're playing against
yep.
George. But he's gonna go for Brio. Brio pitch target a dupe.
Dupe frog.
Okay.
We're gonna let that happen. He's just got so
Now he
many
targets
cards.
the set.
Yeah, now he targets a set. I hit the Subsitoad. He's got the Avarice. And yeah, it was Book of Moon, and he did choose to not make Stardust this time, which was pretty good. I have to deal with this Brio and this Subsitoad, which is super awkward. Well, obviously,
Yeah, and it's also
Subsitoad is the
awkward that
threat.
he has another Subsitoad in his hand.
Right.
So from the salvage, so it's like even if you deal with the Subsitoad, which you absolutely do need to do, it's like he's gonna be able to do the same song and dance the next turn. So you kind of need a specific. You need to like basically out his whole board, so he
Yeah.
doesn't have enough cards. Because then at least he would only be drawing to like 4 cards. Treeborn would make it 5. He might not like have enough to kill you at that point, depending on how he sided.
Yeah. And I'm going to be honest, I'm like looking at the grave and I don't know if there's much I can do here. I'm like, I don't have enough to out the board. So I'm doing a think, but I'm pretty sure that I'm just like, I have a couple cards left. I Caius the Subsitoad. And do I even have a back row to set? I already bounced the Caius with the first Swap Frog. And I think I might have just like 2 dead cards in hand. Where are my Miracle Fusions? Okay, so we've got the Salvage. And I guess, did he have? I don't think he had Subsitoad.
Yeah, he did because he salvaged the last turn and he summoned one, so he had the second one in his hand, I believe.
Did he pitch it for Fishboard,
Maybe he
maybe?
did. Maybe he pitched it. Yeah, he had a second salvage here though, so it's just gonna be like
Yeah.
full send. This is egregious. I gave Josh some crap for this after the game, where I was like, bro, like you have enough cards to kill him with Colossal Army Arm. Like, what are we doing resolving Avarice? I've done it before though too, because like you just want to play all your draw cards, you know. But like it was game already, so it doesn't really matter how you slice it. It's I don't know.
I was just saying I'm gonna let Josh do this so we can talk over it on camera. And there we have it. We've got the Colossal, the Armory. It's right there. It's right. It's right.
Well, he does
there.
need
Okay.
no. He
He needed trivia, and there we go. So that's gonna be it. Josh takes it. GG's.